Hello YouTube, this is Silver Sonic and I'm going to show you my Harpie Lady deck today. So here we go. First off, in the monsters, we have Harpie Perfumer. 3 Harpie Perfumers. Her effect is that she can search out a Harpie Lady card that specifically lists Harpie Lady sisters in its text when normal or special summoned. Though you can get 2 searches if you have a level 5 or higher Harpie on the field. Next, we have 3 Harpie Harpist. Her effect is that once per turn, you can bounce another wind monster you control and another card your opponent controls back to the hand. Though the real effect you really use is the second effect, in which during the end phase, you can search a Harpie with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand at the end phase. Next, we have Harpie Channeler, who really gets your combo started, as by discarding a Harpie card, meaning spell, trap, or monster, you can summon another Harpie from the deck in defense, which would still activate some of the effects of the Harpies that work. Also, while there's a dragon on the field, she's treated as a level 7. Next, I run 2 Harpie Oracles. She can summon herself when there's a level 5 Harpie on the field, and also if normal spell summon, you can actually get a Harpie Lady Sister spell or trap from the graveyard during the end phase. So it's kind of like Handler, but you gotta get it from the graveyard. Next, Harpie Queen. She's basically the strongest in terms of attack points, original attack points for the Harpies. She's also the reason you don't run Terraforming in the deck, because she searches, of course, your Harpie's hunting ground. Next, 1 Cyber Harpie Lady and a Harpie Lady 1. They're like an egotist targets, aside from Harpie Lady sisters. Also, Harpie Lady 1 can boost your wind monster's attack points by 300. Next, 1 Dancer to get you another normal summon, as summon by bouncing another wind monster you control, so you don't have to actually target herself. To summon another one, so you can get Harpie Perfumer off if you have a level 5 at the time, or Oracle. Next, Harpie Lady Sisters. You have to first summon her with Elegant Egotist, but after that, you can summon her the other ways of special summoning, but because she still can't be normal summon even after you summon her correct way. She's also how you would usually get off your combos with Perfumer and Oracle. Next, one of the newest things to add, thanks to the ban list, Tempest, you can special summon easily from this deck, as your whole deck is wind. Not to mention, you also play 1 Harpie's Pet Dragon, who you can search off with his effects, and then get, of course, into your rank 7s pretty easily. And finally, for monsters, we also play 1 Wind Barrier statue, just to block your opponent off from summoning, having to deal with it, but first dealing with it first before going into our combos. Next, the spell cards. We have 3 Hysteric Signs. When activated, it gets an Elegant Egotist back from the deck or graveyard. But the main effect you kind of go for with it is that you usually want it destroyed, because at the end phase, you get to search 3 Harpie cards with different names. So they don't have to be monsters, they can be spells, traps, you name it. Next, Harpie's Hunting Ground. It gives your Harpies an extra 200 attack points. Also, when a Harpie's summoned, you have to destroy a spell trap, meaning even if it's your own, you have to destroy something, including itself. So you gotta be careful when you activate it. Though there are times you want to destroy your own stuff, such as with a Lowering Split Mirror, as when a Harpie or Harpie Sisters is destroyed by a battle, you can summon another one from the deck with a different name. But if this card is destroyed by a Harpie effect or your opponent's effect, you can summon a Harpie from the graveyard. Next, Swallow's Nest. This is a good way to switch out from your Harpies when you need a different one at the time, like Channeler or Perfumer, or when you actually want to get your barrier statue out because it's wind. Next, Harpie's Featheress, kind of like a pot of avarice for them. You get 3 Harpie monsters from the graveyard, shuffle them up, and then shuffle it into your deck, and then draw a card. You can actually draw 2 cards if you have a level 5 or higher Harpie on the field, which can go with Channeler with her effect when she's level 7, or Harpie Lady Sisters. Next, We have double or nothing for, because I play Utopia double in the extra deck. One Elegant Egotist should be enough. You can play two if you want. Once I prefer one, as I can just recover it back again with Hysteric Sign. And finally for spells, Monster Reborn, just to bring something back. Next up, we have our trap cards. 3 Harpie's Featherstorm. This lets you negate all your opponent's monster effects for that one turn, meaning graveyard, hand, or field. But it has to be activated when you have a wind monster on the field. But if you also have a Harpie, on the field, you can actually activate this from your hand. Next up, we actually play 3 powerful Rebirths. This is kind of like Call of the Haunted, but when it revives the monster, but it has to be a level 4 monster you revive. Also, it increases level by 1, so you can bring back a Harpie, make it level 5 when you summon Perfumer, and get its effect off to search twice instead of just once. Lastly, we play Hysteric Party just for more revives, and since we play Harpie Lady Sisters, we play Harpie Lady Elegance. And that's it for the main deck. Now for the extra deck. I play 1 Gaga Cowboy just for that burn damage if I can't kill. 2 Lightning Chidori to return back row and any monsters I can't really get over. Castell's kind of the same reason. 1 Harpie's Phantasmal, mainly for defense and for direct attacks. Ice Speed Zero Fine to negate all monster effects and gain 1 heck of a beat stick. Arcana Dragon for back row. Utopia double and the usual Utopia for double or nothing combo to deal at least something with 10,000. A Big Eye for controlling. Red Eye's Mental in case your opponent has barely any life points, they can just burn themselves out. 1 Grey Fly for the generic wind. 2 Harpie Conductors as a way to get your Harpies going on to protect them more. And finally, a Burl Guard Dragon, because you can use this effect when you send your spells and traps to the graveyard and get their effects off. And that's about it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you. Goodbye.